All right, so today is Thursday the 27th. It's Thursday the 27th, okay? We're going to do the warm-up. I'm going to make sure that you understand what you're supposed to do for homework. I think I might have already went over that. Didn't I went over that yesterday. Never mind. Sorry. Okay. So then we're going to make sure we paste down pages 5 and 6. Make sure they're pasted down. We already completed them yesterday, so we need to paste them down. And then we need to do laws of exponents today. Tonight, we have Thursday's homework. Make sure you finish the packet. You can go ahead and submit it. Okay. And what else you need to study? You have your quiz tomorrow on midpoint, endpoint, distance, and Pythagorean Theorem. Okay. In your planner, we're going to write this down. We need to make sure. Anybody still copying this before I put the planner on top? Okay. So math 1, we need to finish. We need to finish the packet and submit it. Okay, that means we submit the warm up and we submit the homework. I'll give you a little bit of class time to get those submitted if you don't do it tonight. Then you need to study. We need to study midpoint, distance, endpoint, Pythagorean theorem. I said it all backwards, but those concepts. You have your quiz tomorrow, okay? That's what you'll be working on the entire time is your quiz, getting that done. Questions, comments, or concerns? Okay, you can go ahead and put that part away, and let's look at the warm-up. You should have already completed the warm-up when you came in, so you need to correct. I want you to correct it at this time, okay? All right. If you didn't finish, we don't have a lot of time to do this one. If you didn't finish this one, I won't count it against you, okay? Because we don't have a lot of time. We got these to do as well. All right, so let's look at this. It says the diagonal of a rectangle is 25. So draw the rectangle. The diagonal of it, or either you can draw it this way or the other way. It doesn't matter. It's going to be the same distance. It's going to be 25. Okay? It's going to be 25. It says that 25 inches. It says that the width is 15 inches. So I'm going to put 15 as my width here. All right. You want to find the area. Area of a rectangle is A is equal to length times width. We have the width, but we don't have the length. So this is the side that's missing. So to find this missing side, we can use Pythagorean theorem because this is a right triangle. So we're going to use Pythagorean theorem first, and then we're going to go back, substitute the values, and find the area. Any questions about what Ms. Reyes is saying? So that's a squared. Please make corrections if you didn't do this. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay. We got to label our sides. The legs are A and B, the sides that form the right angle. So I'm going to label this is A and this is B. The side opposite of the right angle is C. So this is C. So we have 15 squared plus B squared, and C is 25. So that's 25 squared. We're going to simplify and isolate the variable B. What's 15 squared? 225. And what's 25 squared? 625. So now we have to get B by itself. How do we get B by itself? Subtract what number? 225. 225 from both sides. Okay. When we subtract 225 from both sides, this is 0, and we're left with the B squared here. And what are we left with on this side? 400. 400. Now to get B by itself, how do we get rid of the squared? Square root. Square root. Manny, you write this down, babe? Come on, what's wrong, Manny? You're not in a good mood? You tired? Come on, sweetheart. That way you don't have to do it later, okay? Time will go by fast when you're working. Or faster. Okay? Write this stuff down so you'll have it. So we got b squared. B squared is equal to b. And the square root of 400. Oh, yeah. 400 is what? 20. Okay? So the length b is 20. So now we can find the area of that rectangle. So we have a is equal to what? Come on. What's 20. The length? 20 times what? 15. So when we multiply that, that's going to be our answer. 20 times 15. And you put it in there. I don't need to put that in there for you. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Yes, baby.
So when it's not asking for a specific side of the rectangle or the shape, we use other like
like this could be A or B. This could be A or B. But the side that's slanted or opposite of the right angle, you have to label that C. These two don't matter because you're adding them together anyway in the formula. But this does matter. You have to get C right. You have to label it as C. Okay?
But A equal length.
What you mean? Oh,
so it's asking for the area. So after we're done.
All right. So let's look at the second problem. Distance. Okay. So here we're going to use the distance formula, and we're using the distance formula because they didn't graph them. Okay. And it would, because this number is so large, we need to use a distance formula. It's not too large, but it's still a lot to graph. So let's use the distance formula. D, distance. And remember this by heart. That's the only way you're going to be able to use it. Okay, because I'm not going to keep those things on the board for your test. So we got x2 minus x1, and you square it, plus, please study your formula, okay? y2 minus y1, and we're squaring it. Do some of y'all know that by heart now, since we had to write it? Okay. Please learn it. Okay, so now we're going to label. This is x1, y1, x2, y2. Any questions? Okay. So now we're going to substitute and then use order of operations to simplify. So in the parentheses, we're subtracting what minus what? 10 minus negative 1. 10 minus negative 1. And we square it. Plus, what are we subtracting here?
Negative 6 minus 4.
Negative 6 minus 4. And square it. Okay. Order of operations tells us to do what's in the parentheses first, the operation in the parentheses. Okay, so what does this give us here? 11. So we got 11 squared. Plus, what do we get here? Negative 10. And we square that. Okay? So now we're doing exponents, right? Doing exponents. So 11 squared is what?
121.
121 plus negative 10 squared is what? 100. Okay? Now we want to add those values together. And what does that give us under this radical?
221.
221. So now you're going to find the square root, and this is going to be about, because you're going to round it. And let's round it to the nearest tenth place. Questions, comments, or concerns? Anybody lost? Please finish that up on your own. Okay. Pause for the cause. All right, let's take out our notebook. We are going to pages 5 and 6 down. I'm getting ready to give you a glue stick here in a minute. Let's make sure we have the pages labeled correctly.
What's 6?
I'll show you. Okay, so here, this is page 5. The title of page 5 is Distance Practice. Distance Practice is page 5, okay? Please make sure that you complete it. And this is the thing. You need to make sure that you have completed all of this. Okay? 7 through 12 down here. we work those out in our notebook. So please make sure that you have done that. If not, you're going to have to do that part on your own. I'm not giving you any more class time to get that done. Please make sure that this is completed. Any questions about the expectation for page 5? All of this has to be completed. And then I paste this down at the top. I can put page 5 continued, and I did. Yes, baby, I'm sorry.
So all of this, so even the bottom?
Yes. Okay. And on the bottom, remember we did that in our notebook also? I showed you how to do that. 7 and 8. Okay. You just have to finish the others. Any questions about the expectation for page 5? Okay. Page 6, and then I'm going to give you a glue stick, okay? The title of page 6 is Finding Perimeter. The title of page 6 is Finding Perimeter. The title of page 6 is Finding Perimeter. All right, so the expectation for page 6, I gave you time to finish it yesterday, so you need to make sure that you complete all 4 problems. Okay, we did this one together, and you are to do 2, 3, and 4 on your own. Any questions about the expectation for page 6? You can just fold it and just paste it under the title. All right, I'm going to pause for the calls, and I'm going to give you a glue stick if you need it, okay? Okay, so we have those pages pasted. So now we're going to do page 7. You've already seen page 7 before because we did some of these problems in warm-ups. Okay, so you've seen this before, but now we're going to do it for real. All right, so this is Q3, quarter 3. This is page 7. Laws of exponents. And this is going to be multiply and divide. We're going to multiply and divide exponents. Thank you. That's fine. I'll put it back. All right, here we go. This is exponent and base. Which one of these is the exponent and which one of these is the base? Which one's the exponent?
7.
The 7 is the exponent. And the base is then what? The 3. Okay. The exponent tells us how many times to multiply the base. The base is the number that is being multiplied. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to multiply. We're going to do multiplication and then we're going to do division of exponents. So first we're going to multiply exponents with like bases. We're going to multiply exponents with like bases. Multiply exponents with like bases. Okay. All right, when you multiply exponents with like bases, super important, this is what you do. That means these bases are alike. The bases are alike. You're going to add the exponents, and the base stays the same. Okay? Why not just knock on the door?
Okay.
So let's do examples. Sorry, baby. All right, here we go. Good people. You're welcome. All right, here we go. So we're going to do some examples. Come on, ladies. Ladies in the back, calm down a little bit, please. All right, so here we go. We're going to do the expanded form and the shortcut, okay, to these examples. Bye, baby. So please make sure that you're listening. So we got 4 to the second, and we got times 4 to the third. Notice how the bases are the same, okay? So this is what this means technically. This is saying that 4 is being multiplied 2 times. So that's 4 times 4. Okay. In addition to, 4 is also being multiplied 3 times here. That's 4 times 4 times 4. So in total, how many times is 4 being multiplied? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 4 to the 5th. Okay. This is the expanded form. Okay. So now the shortcut way of thinking about this is that 4 is being multiplied 2 times here, plus 4 is being multiplied 3 times here. So it's 2 plus 3. And so that gives us 4 to the what power? 5th. Same answer. Okay. This is the longer way, the expanded way, and this is just the shortcut. Yes, baby, go ahead.
It only works if it's the same base, right?
It only works if it's the same base. Like bases. You cannot do this if the bases are not alike. Okay? Questions? Okay. Shh. Number 2. Anyone still writing?
No.
All right. Number 2, we have 7 to the 5th power times 7 to the 6th power, okay? 7 to the 5th is saying that 7 is being multiplied 5 times. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Times, and then again, 7 is being multiplied 6 times here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. So how many times total is 7 being multiplied? 11. So this is 7 to the 11th. 7 is being multiplied 11 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so another way to think about it, shortcut, is to say that 7 is being multiplied 5 times here plus 6 times here. So that's going to give us a total of what? 11. Okay, this is again the shortcut. Any questions about that?
No, ma'am.
All right, so I want you to try these on your own, and I want you to only use the shortcut for these. We're going to do 3. Okay, so number 3, I want you to try this on your own. Okay, I'm going to pause for the calls, give you a chance to solve those on your own. Okay, what do we do? Shortcut. Somebody explain what they do for shortcut. Yes.
You can just pretty much add two exponents. 8 plus 4 is 12, so it's 8 12.
Very good. You're adding the exponents. 8 plus 4 is 12. So your answer is 8 to the 12th power. Raise your hand if you got that right. Great job. Anybody want to explain number 4 shortcut? Caleb? Go ahead.
So 11 to the 5th power plus 11 to the 7th power is 11 to the 10th.
Okay, very good. So you add the exponents. So that's 5 plus 7, and you got 11 to the what? 12. Very good. Raise your hand if you got that right. Okay. Anybody want to explain number 5? Go ahead.
I added 2 and 4 and got 6.
Very good. Very good.
3 and 6.
Okay. So you add the exponents, and you said 3 to the 6th power.
How do you say it? Like 3 x 3 to the 6 power.
3 to the 6th power.
3 to the 6.
Or that, yeah. Okay, raise your hand if you got that right. Okay. All right. Let's do division. This is page 7 continued. Okay, so we're going to divide exponents with like basis. So here, instead of adding the exponents, what do you think you have to do? You're going to subtract the exponents, and the base stays the same. So you're going to subtract exponents, and the base stays the same. Yeah, thank you. All right. So we're going to do expanded form, and then we're going to do shortcut, okay? So our first example, we have 3 to the 7th power divided by 3 to the 2nd power. Let's do expanded first. Raise your hand if you're still copying, so I'll know. Okay, I'm paused. All right, so expanded form. On the top, this is numerator. It's saying 3 is being 3 to the 7th power, so we got 3 times itself how many times? 7 times. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And on the bottom, 3 is being multiplied how many times? Twice. 3 times 3. So now we're going to divide. Watch what Miss Reyes does so you don't get lost. We have 3 divided by 3. What's 3 divided by 3? 1. Come on, y'all. That's 1. What's 3 divided by 3? 1. What's 1 times 1? What's 1 times 3? 3. Okay, so how many 3s are left? We got 3 to the what power? 5th power. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the expanded form. Now we're doing a shortcut. So we have 3 to the 7th divided by 3 to the 2nd. We're going to subtract the exponents. So this is how it goes. The 3 on the exponent on top goes first. That's 7. Minus the exponent on the bottom, or the exponent that comes second, goes last. So we got 7 minus 2. What's 7 minus 2? 5. So we got 3 to the 5th. This is the shortcut. Any questions about that? All right. Let's do a second one. You have 4 to the 10th power divided by 4 to the 6th power. Okay, so on the top, you multiply 4 how many times? 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. On the bottom, how many times do you multiply 4? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So now let's divide. Ready? What's 4 divided by 4?
1.
This is 1. What's 4 divided by 4? 1. What's 4 divided by 4? 1. 4 divided by 4. 1. 4 divided by 4. 1. 4 divided by 4. 1. 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 is just 1. Okay? They cancel out, right? So how many 4s do you have left?
4.
So that's 4 to the what power?
4.
4. This is the expanded form. And sometimes they'll say this is the exponent or exponential form because they expanded it by the exponents. All right, so let's do the shortcut. We got 4 to the 10th power divided by 4 to the 6th. So you're going to say 4 is the base. 10 is the top exponent, so that goes first. Minus 6 is the bottom exponent, so that goes second. So we have 10 minus 6, which gives us what? 4. 4 to the 4.
It's the same thing.
All right, so I'm going to give you 3 problems. Okay, so we got We got 6 to the 8th divided by 6 to the 7th. Do shortcut. You don't have enough room to do the expanded. 4, 7 to the 12th divided by 7 to the 7th. And number 5, 9 to the 15th divided by 9 to the 5th. Okay, see if you can get those. And pause for the calls. All right, anybody want to explain number 3? Great, Hannah. You're so sweet. What did you get?
You use the base, so 6 to the power 8 minus 7.
Very good. 8 minus 7. And so what did that give you?
6 to the power
6 to the power of 1 or just 6, okay? Same thing. 6 to the power of 1 is the same as just 6. Yes.
7 to the power of 12 minus 7.
Mm-hmm. And what does that give you?
7 to the power of 5.
Very good. Okay. All right. Number 5. Yes.
9 to the 15th power minus 5, which gives me 9 to the 10th power.
Very good. Raise your hand if you got all 3 correct. Wonderful. Okay. Page 8. This is. Are we okay so far?
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, so page 8 is going to be 0 exponent and negative exponent. They're easy, so I just put them together. Thank you, babe. All right, let's do it. These are easy. 0 exponent. Move this out the way. With 0 exponent, we'll start. This is super important. The answer is always going to be 1. You are not going to multiply that number at all. You do not multiply that number at all, okay? Why is it 1? Let's put why. Okay, we're going to illustrate and talk about it. Quick explanation. If you have 5 to the second power times 5 to the 0 power, this is saying 5 is being multiplied 2 times. This is saying 5 is not being multiplied at all.
So it's just 5.
It's nothing. It's 1. You don't want to put 0 here. What will be the reason for not putting 0? What's going to happen if you made it 0?
The answer would be 0.
Then the whole answer will be 0. And it's not. Because all this is saying is, okay, multiply 5 twice, and then don't multiply 5 at all. You see what I'm saying? If you make that 0, then the answer is going to be 0, and that's not true. It's just going to be 5 to the second power. So here, the explanation, we got 5 to the second. This right here is just equal to 1. So my answer then just becomes 5 to the second. Because this is saying I'm not going to multiply 5 at all. But because we're using multiplication, you have to make it a 1 and not a 0. Any questions? Okay. So let's see if you can do these examples, okay? Let's see. Number 1, 6 to the 0 power. 2. This is the letter A, which represents a number that we don't know, but that doesn't matter because we're raising it to the 0 power. This is A. 3, number 3, we have 11 to the 4th times 11 to the 0 power. And then 4. I'm going to do another one. We have 7 to the 8th power divided by 7 to the 0 power. Let's see if you can do those. I'm going to pause for the pause, okay? All right, so what do we get for number 1? 1. We're not going to multiply 6 at all. What do we get for number 2? 1. We're not going to multiply A at all. What about 3? 11 to the 4th power. And what about number 4? 7 to the 8th power. Raise your hand if you got them all right. Great job. Okay. So now we're doing negative exponents. Okay, so with negative exponents, we're going to put a little star. This is super important. Negative exponents you write as a fraction. And let me explain. With positive exponents, those are multiplication problems. Positive exponents such as, remember when we did, if we were to do 3 to the 7th power, this is actually a multiplication problem, okay? That's a positive exponent. So when it's a negative exponent, it's you turn it into make a division problem. So in order to turn something to a division problem, you write it as a fraction. Okay, positive is the opposite of negative. Multiplication is the opposite of division. So positive exponent, multiplication problem. Negative exponent, division problem. Any questions about what I just said?
No, ma'am.
So this is what that looks like, okay? Number 1, we have 3 to the negative 4th power. I'm going to show you how to write this, okay? And then we're going to prove it in our calculator, okay? So here we write this as, our numerator for these problems are always going to be 1. So write your numerator as 1. And we're going to move this down to the bottom. And when we move it down to the bottom, that makes this negative a positive. So this is now going to be 3 to the positive 4. And you do that every single time. I'm going to put another one on here for you. If you have 5 to the negative 2, Your 1 is your numerator. Okay. And you're going to move this down to the bottom, only now the negative becomes a positive. So this is going to be 5 to the positive what? 2. Okay. So now, let's type this in the calculator so we can prove that they are exactly the same. Yes.
Roslyn, do you know your computer's fixed? It's in the media center. You want to run get it?
Take a hall pass, babe. Clear your calculator. 2 plus 7, 1, 2. Clear your calculator. 2 plus, yes. Come on, let's get this done.
Are you sure there's nowhere to go to the bathroom?
Didn't you hear her tell us not to go?
I know.
Okay, let me get this done, babe. Let me get this done. Okay. Let's talk about that afterwards. Let's type this in. We got 3. The caret key is right here for exponent. And we're going to type in -4. I'm going to put it in parentheses. Parentheses, -4. Okay? And I'm press enter. And that's a decimal. Do you see it? Okay, so now I'm going to type this in. I'm going to type in 1 divided by, and I'm put this in parentheses, 3, caret key 4, close parentheses. And what do I get there? I get the exact same thing. They are equal. Do you see that? They are equal. This is equal to this. Any questions about what Ms. Reyes said? What? Say again, baby? All right, put your calculator back. What'd you say, baby? Go ahead and stop the video. You got it?